We'll be starting with a section one of the interview, which is called Pick Your Fit. And in this section, we'll try to understand from you, how did you decide to, what was the process of going about shortlisting the college, and what was that prompted you to choose Rotman. So if I could ask Avantika, Rotman is, of course, a very well-recognized top quality institute around the world. Not only that, it is also situated in a country which is extremely visa friendly and immigration friendly. So how much of that played into your mind and into your decisioning while choosing Rotman? Of course, quality of the institute is something that everyone in India and globally recognizes, but how much was your decision motivated because of the immigration friendly stance of Canada?
Yeah, so I think definitely it was a big selling point for me to go to Canada as a geography to do my higher studies. While Rotman is a well-renowned college for MBA. I also wanted to ensure that when I am going for an MBA after about 4 years of work experience, I do not end up in a country where I don't see myself landing a job after spending so much of time and energy and investing a big chunk of the amount also, right? So I think it was definitely there at the back of my mind when I was choosing my B school. And in fact, the B schools that I chose to apply to also were only based out of Canada and not any other geography. So definitely I would say that it was a big part that played into account when I was choosing the B school.
That's great. Thank you so much, Avantika, for answering that. Just switching gears and moving to Alicia. So, Alicia, rankings could play a very important role while you're shortlisting schools, right? I think one of the first things that everyone does is just go through the rankings overall and see what are the top schools that I can apply to. Now, Rotman for sure is one of the best schools in Canada, but might not fare so well on maybe FT rankings or economist rankings, which are the go-to rankings for most people, right? How did you decide to choose Rotman besides, like keeping aside the complete ranking aspect of it for FT, and the fact that in Canada, this is one of the best schools and most known in and across Canada itself?
So I think the only time I used rankings was in the first phase of my research, when I was just thinking of like which are the schools I want to apply to, because at that point I didn't know much about the business schools that were there. So that was the only time I looked at rankings, and even then I looked at it country-wise. So I looked at, say, like top 30 in the US, top 10 in Canada. I think there were only top 5 in Canada, a few in Europe. And after I decided that okay, Canada is something that, I mean, it's a very attractive opportunity in terms of, I mean, the less anxiety you have post your MBA, the immigration friendly country. So once I decided that Canada is something that I definitely do want to seriously consider, it was pretty simple, because once I zeroed in on Canada, Rotman was right there. So it was very simple.
Interesting take, Alicia. So this is something that even I resonate well with, because I keep talking to some people, and whenever they ask this question, how did you go about shortlisting your college? So my answer is always pretty much on the similar lines, that the rankings are made up of about 50-100 colleges, and if you just go by that, it becomes difficult. So when I was trying to shortlist my B school, I used a geography filter. So I think for the viewers out there, an interesting point Alicia made is, try to fix your country or geography with your larger goals in terms of personal and professional reasons, and basis that you could then reduce the filter to maybe 10-15 colleges, and then take your fit, or rather than trying to juggle between 50-100 colleges, because then it becomes an extremely daunting task. Interesting perspective, Alicia. While we are at it, if I could go back to Avantika, you mentioned that you applied only to Canadian schools. Of course, Rotman is amongst the top institutes within Canada, and like I mentioned in my previous question also, and most people recognize it. But having said that, I have also researched a bit about Canada, and I noticed that there are some other top quality institutes as well. And again, this is tying back to the rankings part of it, some of which happen to feature even above Rotman in certain rankings. So within the Canadian geography, the colleges that you applied to, what was your thought process between shortlisting Rotman as the school to attend?
Yeah, so between the schools that I chose to apply to, Rotman was absolutely a no-brainer for me. Considering that the amount of um, different avenues that Rotman was providing me as an MBA candidate, they were far more superior than any other B school in the Canadian region. There are things like self-development lab, which probably is not available in any B school in the entire world. Like not even just Canadian geography, but entire world, right? So that was a big selling point for me. Apart from that, Rotman, since it provides a 2-year MBA program, it also allows its students to get a 3-year work permit right after they finish their MBA, right? So that again was a big selling point for me. And apart from that, things like the diversity and how much Rotman, loves to have people from different diverse backgrounds. That is something that was again a very important aspect. That is something that I felt that I see myself being in such a school where the school really likes such kind of ideology like diversity, right? So that was definitely there on my mind.
I think it's great to see that you've considered such finer aspects of Rodman, like the self-development lab that you mentioned, which is a USP for them globally, not just in Canada, as well as the diversity factor, which I personally believe is very, very important in a B school environment, in a B school experience, right? Because when you're investing so much and you're going to a fresh new geography altogether, you need to get that diversity experience. You need to be sitting in the classroom where you have people from different nationalities, because it just brings a fresh perspective on the table, and it kind of helps you explore a different side to yourself, right? That you can bring out from such an experience. Great to know that. Uh, Alicia, one interesting aspect about your profile is that it's actually for both of you that you both went the GRE route rather than the GMAT route, right? So, Alicia, how did Rotman see GRE as compared to GMAT, which is actually a gold standard for B schools, right? Like how did they have a different take while you were doing a research on Rotman?
So this is something that I spent a lot of time thinking about during my preparation phase, because at the time I felt like I was more prepared to give my GRE. So what I did was I gave a GRE and a GMAT mock, and I felt, okay, GRE I can manage, it's easier. So I just decided to go ahead with GRE at the time. And I was a little concerned in terms of, okay, is it going to hamper my application? But I realized it really didn't. It never came up once at all. And even when once I got in and I started speaking to a lot of people, it turns out a lot of us, especially from India, have actually gotten through, using a GRE scope. So that is absolutely not true that you need your GMAT for an MBA admit. And even when it comes to scholarships, people say, okay, if you have a GMAT, you might have a higher chance of getting a scholarship. That really is not true. A GRE score is perfectly acceptable.
Interesting. So I think for the viewers out there, Alicia has quite openly and categorically stated that GRE is as accepted as GMAT, and people who are confused between the two exams, particularly for Rotman, I don't think the school has a preference versus GMAT has a preference for one exam versus the other. I think some really good insights coming from both of you about the ideology and the thought process that you followed before choosing your geography and school. And the viewers can take away a lot from that discussion, which brings us to the end of our section 1.